Greetings. I'm here to talk about FPS games, mainly older FPS games or boomer shooters as they're called, with FPS games as a whole being one of my favorite genres of gaming, and the older ones feel like an evolution in gaming and technology. I'm going to begin with like the 3D raycasting era of the shooters, and I think the YouTuber that Trav guy said it best when he said that these FPS games weren't technically 3D. If anything, they were just glorified top-down shooters with some fancy smoke and mirrors from his Doom review. Those fancy smoke and mirrors are from, like I said previously, the raycasting they used at the time. Many early first-person games used raycasting, not just shooters, but from what I can tell, that's the most common use of raycasting. Well, I'm sure there were probably other games that used raycasting before the one I'm about to talk about. I'm going to start off with id's Hover Tank 3D. You will understand shortly around the time when we start talking about Doom. In Hover Tank 3D, you are obviously a tank, and you are rescuing what I think might be hostages or people in general danger. All I know is you have to save them in this building of textureless, single-colored walls, while being chased by a hybrid of a pinky demon and a baron of hell, with the sprite sheet later on inspiring the baron and the reddish pink colored humanoid dinosaur thing going to the pinky. With that brief overview of that game, I'm gonna switch to a game by Blue Sky Productions, that being Ultima Underworld: The Stygian Abyss. While not an FPS game, this is one of the first games with a raycasting engine that could handle textures on walls. And the coder of id, John Carmack, saw that and decided he could do that, but better, creating Catacombs 3D. Catacombs 3D is like Ultima Underworld is a fantasy game, but it is a shooter, and it's more what you would expect from this era of shooters. It also has one of the funniest game over screens I've ever seen. I mean, look at this. Just look at it. It looks like the skeleton is at your door, pestering you over whether or not you've been to the dentist in the past 5 years. It's fantastic. I just love it so much. Anyway, now back to the actual Anyway, the game has a mugshot of the main character in the top right corner, colored keys, a visible player-held weapon, and a boss, which would later become a recurring enemy in the sequels. We also see the people at id being resourceful with their sprites, reusing the Pinky Baron enemy from Hover Tank again, with some slight changes. This next game is going to be our last stop in the world of FPS games using raycasting. Like I said previously, you start off in a prison with a gun that was taken from a guard BJ had killed, ending episode 1 by killing Hans Grosse with his siblings, quote unquote, I think, acting as lesser, more common enemy variants. Killing Hans and his siblings drop a key, allowing for your escape, and you learn, or BJ, learn that the Nazis are doing human experiments at Castle Holyhammer, causing Nazi zombies. So you decide to go in, kill them, and the scientist, Dr. Schaubs, who is the main scientist of the experiments. And when you do, you get a screen that says, "Congratulations. You stand over Schaub's fat, evil, swollen, putrid body. Glad your mission is finally over. All his journals and equipment will be destroyed. Humanity is safe from his hordes of hideous mutants. Yet the Nazi atrocities continue. Thousands march into death camps, even as the Nazi war machine falls to its knees. There's only one way to stop the madness." Now it's up to you, as the player, and to go and kill Hitler and end his mad reign, with the next page of that story screen saying, "Mission: terminate Hitler." In episode 3, Hitler hides in his Titanic bunker as the Third Reich crumbles about him. It is your job to assassinate him, ending his mad reign. You find he has escaped to the Reichstag, and there you must confront him. And like I said, ending episode 3 by killing Hitler in a mech suit, with episodes 4 through 6 being more of a prequel story, like I said previously, which I don't think we exactly have time for. Now is the moment we are all most likely waiting for. The reason you might have even clicked on this video in the first place. Friends, new or old, may I introduce you all to one of the biggest gaming icons, Doom. Wait. Wait, no, that's the wrong one. Wait. Wait, that's not correct. Huh. That's the wrong. That's the wrong one. There we go. That's the right one. Now that little predicament is over, we can get into the actual conversation now. There we go. That's the right one. Whoops. Now that that little thing is over, we can get into it. Doom has a brand new engine compared to Wolfenstein, and it's not perfect 3D. It's more 3D, allowing more than one-story buildings, and now there's actual lighting effects. This combined with gameplay, while similar to Wolfenstein 3D, but with more advanced variety of weapons that have different ammo types, rather than all weapons using the same ammo pool, with the only ones doing this being the pistol and the chain gun, and later on the shotgun and the super shotgun. But I'll talk about the super shotgun for Doom 2 a little bit probably. It also has more variety of weapons. Doom also has more variety of enemies. Now instead of just hit scans, there's the imps who fire balls of fire, and the cyber demon who uses a rocket launcher. Now, if I'm going to be completely honest, classic Doom, how it is on Steam, just doesn't really do it for me. It just doesn't really feel correct. Maybe it's the mouse movement thing. Maybe it's I've played a little bit too much like Half-Life. I don't know. But because of that, I use the GZ Doom source port. Even if it's not perfectly close to the original, it's good enough for what I want. The free mouse look is useful in some scenarios, but I do sometimes kind of miss the locked view of classic Doom. Maybe I should look into an alternate source port like Chocolate Doom, but I've yet to even try that. But I did play through E1 M1 and E2 or E1 M2 via stream for this video. you are comfy for this, because now it's time to get into the meat of the story. You play as a Marine, Doom Guy, as he's called, who may or may not be related to BJ. And he is trying to stop a hellish invasion on a moon base on Phobos. He was also sent there because he was dishonorably discharged after assaulting a commanding officer for doing the right thing and killing innocent civilians. I really don't know why Doom Guy got in trouble for this one. But, oh well, I mean, it starts the game with being on the moon base as security being his punishment. When during his stay, demons, casually walk in the front door. As they do. Now it's your job to clean the... Now it's your job to get rid of all of the demons on the base and stop the invasion. And as any good multi-dimensional invasion, you are sent to many different places. Like I previously stated, you start on Phobos, one of Mars' moons. Then you go to Deimos, another moon of Mars, where you kill a cyber demon. Finally, you head straight to Hell, killing the spider mastermind, causing a portal back to Earth to open up, with Doom Guy stepping in, only to find the demons have killed his pet rabbit and presumably his wife and kid. Though he is sent back, I think, via the expansion, killing the spider mastermind again and swearing vengeance for his pet rabbit. Because, screw his family, right? And at the end of the expansion, you get a story text. Which I've probably shown the other story texts you get in Doom throughout this.
But you didn't!
The next game. Doom 2, while being on the same engine as Doom 1, there is more in this compared to Doom 1. With a new weapon, that being the previously mentioned super shotgun, and 7 new demon types, being the Hello Knight, Man, Cool Bus, Skelly Boy, Mini Robo Spider, Old Man Cacosol.
I am Heavy Weapons Guy, and this is my new weapon.
And finally the Archive, with a giant wall acting as the final boss, who I won't purposely butcher the name of, and that name is the Icon of Sin, which definitely won't appear later on in the series. Because of... In Doom 1, there are episodes. In Doom 2, there are not. Because of this, you will seemingly randomly get a story screen telling you that you have stopped Hell's invasion and have evacuated everyone from Earth and Earth has sent you a message saying that the source of the invasion is in your hometown. So you go there, you find a portal to hell in some guy's basement, and make your way to the Icon of Sin, killing it by flipping a switch, jumping on a actively raising pillar, and blasting its exposed brain. I'm going to end this by going over Doom 64. Obviously, from the title, you can probably guess that it came out as a game on the Nintendo 64. And because of this, it's on a different engine. And there's only there's one new enemy and one new weapon. Other than that, it's the exact same variety. But the enemies do look different because of the story, which is the UAC, which is what which is something in the Doom world, has nuked the Phobos space, causing the Mother Demon to escape from its captivity, reviving every demon Doomguy had killed in the first two games. Now it's time for you to just mercilessly slaughter every demon you find again, with the only new demons being the previously stated Mother Demon and a Nightmare Imp, and the only new weapon being the Unmaker. With the Mother Demon slain, Doomguy decides to stay in hell, knowing only he can keep the demons from evading ever again. Being the perpetual torment of hell for many years to come. And with that, we will stop here. While there was some things I wanted to talk about more in depth, I didn't have a month to write and record. I might make an extended version of this with everything I wanted to talk about, which might honestly be in a few years. But till then, if you're interested in a deep dive into the internal workings of the Doom games, Decino has an amazing playlist on that. And if you want to find the person I mentioned at the very beginning, both the playlist and Trav Guy's YouTube channel will be in the link below. With that, farewell.